Hey everyone, and welcome back to another round of They Said What with Mama's Uncut, where we talk about some of the celebrity stories we've written on our website. Again, we got Lisa and Mindy. You guys ready to talk some celebrity gossip?
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about this Johnny Depp saga. And one of the big reasons why I want to talk about this is because I also want to address the many messages that we have gotten over some of the articles that we've written covering the libel case that Depp brought against his ex-wife. So a lot of people had issues with us like calling out some of the evidence that was in the case. Now, mind you, do I believe or do we believe that Johnny Depp physically hit Amber Heard? No, because there is no evidence of that. However, there is actual evidence, actual recordings of him being verbally abusive. Neither of these people are angels.
No.
Yes. So, for people to be upset for us reporting on evidence, kind of strange. You're allowed to support whoever you want to support. That is your prerogative, but we are reporting facts. None of what we put out there. Yes. None of what we put out there is
alternative facts. That's good.
Yes, right. So I also just want to talk about because, yes, I get why Depp brought on this libel case because Heard wrote an op-ed where she basically said she was physically abused at the time she was getting a divorce from Depp. So everyone assumed that she was talking about Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So he lost a lot of his, movie deals and things like that because he was accused of physically abusing his wife. That turned out not to be the case. I do think they had an incredibly toxic relationship. They should have never been together.
No.
But I do have questions as to why he did this libel case, because I think a lot of people were in the dark about just how toxic their relationship was. And I get he needed to tell his side of the story, but I do think it looks bad for him. It looks worse for her because she lied.
That doesn't mean it can't look bad for him too.
Exactly. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, would you have gone through with this libel case? I don't know if I would have.
I think this guy wants his 50 million back. I think his divorce was pain. Like, having been divorced, leaving a relationship with half of what you had or something meaningfully less than what you walked in with, really is unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked having all the money instead of just half the money.
Right.
And so, I think it was driven by spite, and I want my money back because he only loses when all this stuff comes out, and it's no secret that it's going to come out.
Right.
I mean, I get he didn't hit her, but from my perspective, there's very little. The step going from the things he's saying to her to him actually hitting her, I don't think that step is that big. He was horrible and a jerk. She was equally terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're both terrible.
Yeah.
But I think he wants his money.
Yeah, I think he wants his money, and I think he wants to not be painted as like the only toxic person in this relationship. I think that's kind of because it would stink to be the one that was like, this is your fault.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe he understands that he made mistakes, and he has been owning up to that. Like he's like, I'm not proud of what I said on that text message. He sent some violent text messages, which I think everybody understands if your text messages were sifted through.
Yes.
It probably wouldn't be pretty, right?
Yeah.
But so I don't think he necessarily cares about that very much because he has said like, I regret what I said.
Yeah.
But I think it's maybe going to change the way people view abuse, right? Mm-hmm. Like because I think a lot of people like to say like they're the abuser. Like they like to have a clear cut in a relationship, like this person is the abuser, which that can happen, right? There can be one person who is the abuser. And that's what you think in your head. But a lot of times you get couples together that are just toxic to each other. Yeah. And so you get like my husband and I listening to the arguments they have, we look at each other and we're like, I can't ever imagine like talking to you like that. Like it's
Yeah.
hilarious to us, but it's so crazy that like some relationships are really like that. Does
Yeah.
that mean that one of them, I don't know, it's just a mess all around, I guess is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
at.
And I think people are losing sight of that too, because
Yes.
what I'm gathering from the like very visceral reactions we have been receiving from these articles,
It's nothing personal, Sarah. It's nothing
it
personal.
does sometimes get personal, because
I
I'm
know
just
it feels
like,
that way.
why? Like the fact that you're like hashtagging justice for Johnny Depp, like at this point, no one is getting justice.
No one's gonna get
Someone is
justice.
getting paid or they're not getting paid.
Yes.
That is like what this is about.
Yeah.
And so I'm just, sometimes I just need to
This
like
is very
really,
different than Free Britney.
yes, there is like a wrong and a right in Free Britney, and
Yes.
like in this case it's all very wrong.
Yes.
And like what not to do when you're in a relationship. So like the fact that
Like,
we're
let's
like
just take this whole thing as a what not to
not
do.
to do. Yeah. And so I think that's why I just really need to drive that home, because
Yes.
some people are just really looking at this the wrong way.
Yeah, it's not black and white.
No, not
It
at all.
isn't.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't think he should have been blacklisted. I
No,
don't know if I don't like that she came out as a victim in this.
right.
And so I think there needs to be some sort of recourse for her because of that. I don't know how you jump from a relationship like this where you both say those things to saying like I'm the abused person.
Yeah.
Like that's what's hard for me, not owning your part in the
Yeah.
toxicity of
I
it.
almost think she thought that he did so many things that like he's never gonna want to confront me publicly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's maybe what was going through her head. Like there's no way he's going to allow these audios to be publicized and things like
Yeah.
that. Because I mean, that's initially when I was hearing some of these things, I'm like, oh my God, why would you bring this case?
Yeah.
Dude, for $50 million, I would let a lot of audio play.
Lisa,
Well,
let
we
it
all
roll.
know I don't like the money that much. Keep my 50.
$10 million, I would own a lot of my audio.
The thing that really like makes my red alarm bells go up is all of the recordings though.
All of them.
Right?
Like so
Who goes around recording things like that unless they have a big like long-term agenda?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
she did clearly have an agenda with like the photographs of him with his hands in his pocket and the ice cream like all over him. Like that was clearly a stage photo on her part. So I think she very much had like recordings running. Like eventually I'm gonna catch him doing
I can't imagine recording somebody for that long one time, much
Yeah.
less like hours and hours of these recorded
I know.
conversations. And I'm like, oh, I'm out.
I know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
to me.
yeah, I think my big thing is if you're following the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, the only thing you should be taking from it is what not to do.
Exactly.
Anything else, you don't really want to be taking from it.
Be respectful of your partner, even if you're angry at them. And
Yeah.
if you hate each other all the time,
Leave.
Yeah, get out.
Leave.
go your separate ways.
Bye
That's
bye.
what we're learning from this.
Yeah.
Nobody hates Johnny. I don't think I hate Amber either. I'm just like,
No,
oh,
I guess
Oh, I am not a fan of hers.
I'm not a fan of hers either, but hate is a big word for me. So
I think she definitely had an agenda. and
Yeah.
wanted to
Oh,
do it
yeah,
about
that
it.
is so obvious. And I,
Oh.
you know,
it's a
I feel
recording.
like a lot of our,
recording.
like a lot of people are being like, we're on Amber Heard's side. No, we're not on anyone's side.
Yeah.
We're just pushing out what
Facts.
is being made public.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a whole mess. Don't forget to send us over your questions so we can answer them here. Bye.